Hi everybody, my name's Claire Maxwell at Embodied Learning Systems, and I guide people on learning journeys through their bodies. I find that curiosity and learning are really wonderful antidotes to pain and suffering and stiffness and confusion, stuff like that. So today we're in the middle of a journey through the 12 cranial nerves, and today we're on cranial nerve 3. It's called the oculo, for your eye, motor nerve, and that's because it's responsible for 4 major muscles of your eye. There's 6 major muscles of your eye, and this is almost all of them. So it's pretty amazing. And I'd like to guide you through a simple exploration of it first. And so we're just gonna explore each 4 actions, all 4 actions. So first I want you though to close your eyes. Just close your eyes. And in a moment, you're going to open your eye. And what I want you to notice is when you open it, are you opening it with your neck and your back and your shoulders? Or can you just open it with your eyelid? Try that again. Close and open. You might notice that there's a little bit of unnecessary effort at the back of your skull. It's lovely not to have to do that, but if you don't notice it, you wouldn't have a chance to sort of quiet down all the other nerves so that this one can do its thing. That's good. So again, the first action is just to close your eyes. Ask your shoulders not to relax, but just to not be any noisier so they don't have to do the work. Yeah, and just open your eyes. The second action is that you could look towards your nose. That's one that I can kind of notice I get a little, I do it here, in my shoulders. But if you do that movement without extra effort in your shoulders, you could try the other side too, looking towards the other side of your nose. It's really quite lovely, and your head starts to glide a little bit, and you might notice that your weight starts to glide over your feet quite easily too, because your head is heavy. The third activity is looking up. That one's really interesting because when you look up, it's actually natural for there's these little muscles at the back of the skull that will kick in to let your head move. It's natural for that to happen, but still that's quite high up in your system. So you don't need to tense your legs or your back. It's this tiniest movement you might not even feel at the back of your skull. You can see what it looks like from the side. And again, if I'm not overworking in the rest of my body, my weight shifts pretty easily. So that's the second function. I can't remember where I am, if that's the second or the third, but we'll review. The next function is to look down. So I wanted you to see my body, my whole body, right? Okay. And so, just being able to look down, well, that's a really interesting one. What am I doing in the rest of my body that I don't really need to do when I let my eyes move down? And you can maybe see the edge of your body. was noticing that I was kind of trying to hold myself up straight, but that if I don't, my chest softens a little bit, and maybe my head tips forward a little bit. But again, the tension doesn't have to increase in my shoulders or my legs or my back. So just to review, opening the eyelid without tensing your shoulders. Looking towards the bridge of your nose without gripping your legs to both sides. As soon as you move your eyes, you'll notice that your head does start to move and glide, but that's appropriate. Looking up. I find when I look up that my habit is to try to prevent my head from moving, but if I allow it to move a little bit, it's actually much easier for the rest of my body. And then looking down, so it's four things. This is a great warm-up, I think, actually for any kind of exercise, because when you start to look at doing yoga or doing Tai Chi or any other exercise that you might be doing, you'll notice how complex what you're doing with your eyes really is. Even the simplest exercise, there's so many choices to make. And I'm going to keep writing about this particular nerve for 4 whole weeks. So if you want to get more educational material about it, just sign up for the newsletter below, because I only make 1 video a month, but I write 4 newsletters a month. So thanks for watching. I hope this was useful, and I'll see you next month. Peace and love.